guys, it's Jordan here from Switchwatch. How are you all doing today? Now today's review is of One Strike on the Nintendo Switch. Thanks to Cubic Games, as always, for providing review copies so I can tell you if it's worth your hard-earned cash or not. Now the question of today is really very serious. Ninjas or samurais? Which one's cooler? Let us know in the comments below. Let's get on with it. When it comes to medieval Japan, for me there's no finer setting for a video game. The romance of the era is perfectly captivating for our favourite entertainment media. Samurai, ninja, ronin, epic battles against a beautiful backdrop. Whether the game be big or small, if they can capture that feeling, I'm all for it. That's why I was so interested in reviewing One Strike, because even though it's such a small game, it's nailed that feeling perfectly. The gameplay follows what you may expect from a game with a name like One Strike. This is a basic 1v1 fighter with a retro flavour. With 6 characters to choose from, each with only one attack, you'll quickly see how bare bones and basic this is. As characters square up, you can either dodge, block, or do your aforementioned attack. It's basic for a reason. It's one hit and death. Yes, connect just once with your opponent and victory is assured. However, take a hit yourself and it's game over. Now I know what you're thinking, how can a game be fun with such simplicity? Well, in all honesty, I find these high risk, high reward games really quite satisfying. It's very reminiscent of the classic Bushido blade, except even more full on. One mistake and you're dead. Blocking and knowing when to strike are incredibly important because, as stated, if you die, you start right back from the beginning. It's a very tense game, although I feel its looks and budget somewhat limit how deep this game is. It's fun for sure, but often a little bit random. It's very easy to completely cheese the game with some of the characters by just standing there and spamming your attack. As long as you stick to your own rules and promise yourself not to be a naughty so-and-so, you can still enjoy it even though its flaws are obvious. If the budget was higher and much more balanced with a Dark Souls or For Honor type battle system, this could have been really good. With only 6 characters, the main mode of The One Life may last less than 1 minute to complete, if you're lucky. Obviously, it's not that kind of game where you play it once and then you're done. One Strike is so pick up and play, it's ridiculous. I have to give credit for the varied characters. The amount is few, but they are so different in design and style that it sets them apart wildly. This is where the lack of characterization comes in though. Sure, you can look online and see characters' bios, but there should have been something in the game to give them more personality, because they do look good. Playing by yourself in the different modes is a decent distraction for 10 minutes here and there, but the game really shines in its local multiplayer. You and a friend going head to head can bring quite a lot of highly competitive fun, as you both try to outwit each other in a tense battle. Each with a Joy-Con in hand, One Strike may have the best simple to fun ratio on the Switch so far. It's not the most fun game, yet other games as basic as this rarely come close in the fun department. If you're in for competitive action, this may be a great choice considering the price. I would say one minor point is that there is a team duel mode which pits 3 fighters against 3 fighters. Why this hasn't given rise to a 6-player competitive mayhem is kind of a missed opportunity, I feel. Yes, I'm sure many people would probably ignore this feature and it may not have been worth the development cost, but given the right situation, it could have been awesome. Visually, the game is very distinct. The NES-like sprites are large but still lacking in certain details. Colours are fairly limited, but I actually quite like it. It seems authentic to the retro aesthetics that the game is going for. The backgrounds are a little bit of an attack on the visual senses because once again the limited but bright colours will probably take you aback. Once you get used to it, I actually started to like them quite a lot. There's surprising variety, it seems, with great inspiration from the Japanese era. My only problem is that when you're playing the game, you generally stick to one arena, even when you're fighting different opponents. You have to start a new game to see a new area. In the audio department, you have a very retro soundtrack. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it for the most part, and it was surprising how much variety there was of the tracks between all of the stages. Again, like the visuals, the audio has taken a lot of inspiration from the era with more traditional Eastern efforts and games like Samurai Showdown. For $4.99, you can't really complain too much about the price. The publisher Cubic Games are known for their low priced efforts, and this fits in very nicely. Obviously content is slightly limited, which indicates a small price, but for me, there is enough replayability and that just one more try feeling that I feel it's worth it. It's especially worth it if you're planning on versing another human player, which can get seriously tense and competitive at times. Overall, One Strike may not look like much, in fact you may disregard it for its looks and gameplay description alone, but One Strike offers a nice bit of tense 1v1 fun that's over in the blink of an eye, and one that you want to have another quick go on. It's kind of addictive, fast paced, and actually incredibly fun when playing against another human player. Sure, the content is lacking and it may not have the depth most fighters have, but it's kind of fun bizarrely. The biggest shame is that it's so easy to cheat your way through the game, but as long as you limit yourself, you should have a nice bit of fun, especially when playing against a friend. A 6.5 out of 10. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed this brief review of One Strike. It's a small game with not too much to say, so I don't want to keep babbling on too long. Let's get down to the most important question though, samurai or ninja? Personally, I think ninjas are overrated, samurai all the way. If you're new here, then we would love it if you stuck around and subscribed. We've got a constant stream of excellent Switch reviews for you and gameplay and features and things like that. It'll be well worth it. And finally, head over to the website switchwatch.co.uk for news, reviews and features. I've been Jordan from Switchwatch and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.